Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be transforming this neglected Acura TSX. This 2009 Acura TSX was brought to me to replace the AC compressor that was locked up. So after replacing it and properly recharging the system, I also replaced the wheel bearing and hub, as the original had two lug nuts snapped off. I did this transformation completely for free for a friend, and at the end of this video I'm going to tally up how much everything cost. I couldn't just give this car back the way I got it. It has definitely seen better days. There is faded clear coat all around the car, as well as some rust on the door here and this rocker on the rear passenger side. The faded clear coat isn't just on the fenders and doors. It's also on the roof, along the C and A pillars, and the entire car needs a buff and polish, as well as some new paint where the clear coat is too far gone. With that being said, let's get the car in the garage and start sanding. To sand everything, I'm going to be using 320 grit to get down to a smooth enough surface for the new paint to adhere to, starting with the fenders. I'm also going to be removing the license plate frame and patching up the holes in the bumper. The owner of this car lives in a state that doesn't require a front plate, so I just thought I'd take care of that for him. I started by sanding down the bumper with 320 grit to knock down all the scratches and imperfections. This took quite a bit of time as the bottom of the bumper had a lot of scrapes. After cleaning the bumper off, I used some body filler to patch up those holes and once that all dried up, I sanded down the body filler and then applied some filler primer. After the primer dried, I wet sanded the entire bumper with 400 grit. I then cleaned off all the remaining parts and hit all the bare metal with some self-etching primer. Followed by some more filler primer. So now I gotta get to this side and do this, and as you can see, clear coat's fading here too, so I'm going to mask the line off right here for both doors and the rear quarter and sand this down with 320, get it nice and flat. I don't know what I'm going to do about the smear for the guy. It's broken, as you can see. Cracked on this side right here. But I'm gonna knock this down. I also gotta get some paint on here because when I remove the piece that goes here, which is this piece right here, and I removed this piece is fine. I don't know how the sun, like, it's not faded here at all, but when I removed it, I guess this is just 3M'd in using 3M adhesive. So I'm gonna have to sand this too, get a little paint on it, and then paint that as well, I guess, and then put some new 3M adhesive. But in order to do that, I gotta turn the car on because I have no room on this side. Ice cold AC. It's actually really cold. The AC, I mean. Alright, I'm gonna mask this up right here on this side and on the doors. Probably gonna go in here to mask it off, back mask it, I guess. And then try to just mask it this line, because down here it's fine. Clear coat's not peeling down there, but up here, as you can see, it's a mess. So I'm just gonna follow this body line and then mask this section off, sand it, and then get the new paint on there. I don't think I'm gonna do anything with this mirror because this needs to be replaced. I may just sand it and paint it for, you know, whatever reason. But yeah, I'm gonna mask this off and I'll get back to you guys when I get to the sanding. So I was looking at these panels right here and down here. I just wiped this off with the spray away glass cleaner. And then the shine kind of came back. So before I sand this down and get it ready for paint, I'm actually gonna try wet sanding it with like 2000, 3000 grit sandpaper. And I'm gonna try buffing and polishing this. See if it does bring it back around. I'd rather do that than spend money on paint, you know, so let me try that first. Alright, so I just wet sanded this side. I haven't polished it yet. I just sprayed it down with some spray away glass cleaner. As you can see, it's drying up to a nice haze. Here was where the real bad, I guess, clear coat fade was. And it looks like that sanded out just fine. It's nice and hazy. It's good to the touch. Went a little harder on these little overhangs of the door, I guess you can call them, and that cleared up as well. Same for this one. I tried recording this clip twice now because the footage keeps getting deleted for some reason, so this is like the third time. But what I was saying is I probably should not have sanded this part with 320 because I was gonna paint this, and this was actually the better side. As you can see, it's still kind of shiny. You can see my reflection. So I probably should have just wet sanded this side with the 2000 grit and compound and polished it as well. I guess you live and you learn. But we're gonna have to paint this side. I'm probably just gonna go up to here and then clear coat it, like maybe up to here. We'll see how that works out. This mirror, obviously, there was scratches, dings, the plastic was like burnt in some areas. This mirror's gonna have to get repainted, that's fine. And then the two fenders up there and the bumper that's over there. All right. wipe this off, see what it looks like. Oh yeah. Yeah, we definitely did not need to paint that other side. Oh, that looks great. Look at that reflection. Wow. Wow, look at that difference. No clear coat fade anymore, huh? Nice and shiny. Look at that reflection. Everywhere I did it. Even the doors. Doors look great. Same thing. It's color. Nice and shiny. Looking real good. A little dust here and there, but yeah. So much better than what it was. Alright, now I'm gonna take off this trim piece so I can get to this rest behind it. Pretty sure this is just held on by some adhesive, probably some 3M tape. So I'm gonna heat it up first and then remove this trim piece and then get to this rust right here. Now you'll notice after heating up the adhesive on this trim piece, you don't see me remove it. That's because the footage of it was unusable. I had just bought some cheap aftermarket batteries for my GoPro, and yeah, the GoPro didn't like that and kept freezing the footage. Alright, got some 80 grit on here. Let's sand this off. That didn't really work too well. Time for the grinder. Alright. That's what that looks like. Let's go ahead and tackle this. Here I'm just trying to use a cheap Harbor Freight sandblasting gun. It did a decent job for the rust spots the grinder couldn't remove. Once that was done, I cleaned off the area and added some body filler. Then using some 120 grit, I sanded back the body filler on the door. As well as the rocker. After that, I hit the two panels with some more filler primer. Next, I set up my gun, making sure the pressure was set to what the gun called for. For the fenders, I ended up doing very light coats because I was afraid of getting a run or something landing on the panels before the paint dried. As for the mirror covers, I actually ended up finding a replacement mirror on Marketplace that wasn't broken. So I sanded them down, sprayed some primer, and then used a color-matched aerosol can. And to finish them off, I used some 2K clear in a can I had laying around. Once everything was painted, I took the car to a different location where dust was almost non-existent. I carefully masked everything that didn't need clear coat, and you may notice that the door and rocker, where the rust was, is already painted. Yep, that footage got corrupted too, and it wasn't the last either. I then started applying the clear in 2 light coats and 1 heavy third coat. But I'm only showing you the first coat because the footage for the other 2 coats also got corrupted. Yeah, there's a reason GoPro split recordings up into 5-minute increments. It's to minimize the amount of missing or corrupted footage. But when you use aftermarket batteries that keep freezing the camera, you got about a 50-50 chance of having any footage. But don't worry, I learned my lesson and got OEM batteries. After a couple days of letting the clear coat dry to a nice orange peel, to finish the car off, I wet sanded and polished all the painted panels. And with that being said, here are the final results. Yeah, this looks a lot better. No more faded clear coat and no more rust. And now to tally up how much everything cost for this transformation. The AC compressor was $280. Refrigerant was about $27. The wheel bearing and hub was $73. The mirror on Marketplace I got for $75. The color match paint for the car was $320. The primer was $20. Clear coat was $210. The compound and polish was about $84 for 6 bottles. And for all the miscellaneous stuff I already had, like sandpaper, polishing pads, body filler, let's just round that up to around $150. For a grand total of $1,239, not including all the hours of labor that went into this transformation. With all that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, and if you want to see more transformations like this, then please leave this video a like. And if you're not already a subscriber, then please consider subscribing. I'm really trying to grow this channel, so any amount of support would be very much appreciated. So until next time, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.